Hey everyone, and welcome back to another under $5 eShop deals video. Now yet again this week, we've got a list of 17 excellent games that are great to pick up, and as the title suggests, will be costing you less than $5. Now just a quick reminder in case you're new that I don't go over the deals mentioned in last week's video. And there are many games that the deals do last more than 7 days, so you can always check out the video that'll be linked up above if you want to make sure that you're not missing out on any great games. Also, some good news this week, there'll be a double eShop gift card giveaway, so I'll be giving away 2 $5 eShop gift cards rather than one, thanks to a very loyal viewer, Humor in Politics, that didn't need his $5 eShop gift card. So make sure to drop your comment down below, you'll be automatically entered, and then tune into the regular eShop deal video on the weekend to find out if you won. Now let's not waste any more time and get started on the deals. Don't forget that if you do like the content, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Now our first deal for this week is going to be 99 Vidas, the definitive edition, that is back to 80% off, dropping the price to only $1.99. Now I'll be the first to admit I was a little bit late to the party on 99 Vidas, but when I finally gave it a try, I was quite amazed by this 2D retro beat 'em up. It is tons and tons of fun. And even if you don't know who the characters are, which is supposed to be a Brazilian podcast crew, it is still tons of fun to pick up, and especially when you're getting it at only $2, it is a definite steal. On top of it, if you need to try the game for yourself first, there's a free downloadable demo that's available. Now the next game on our list is another returning game with Cattails that is back once again to 86% off, only $1.99. Now this was another game that I was a little bit late to the party on, and it took me quite a while to try it out. But this is basically an RPG/life sim where you are basically playing as a cat. Sounds crazy, but it is tons of fun, and I was actually surprised of how deep the game goes and how many options you have to choose your own path. So if you're either into RPGs or life sims, definitely check this one out, especially at only $2. Now next on the list, we have a couple of returning favorites, which are Dadish and Dadish 2, that are both 80% off, once again dropping the price to $1.99. Now I'm grouping both these games together because they have a lot in common, not only their price. They both offer 50 levels of excellent action platforming, featuring a humanoid radish that is just trying to save his kids. Ultimately, if you're into action platformers and you want a really fun, laid-back experience, trust me, give Dadish a try. Don't be fooled by its visuals. It is a really fun game. Now, while we're on the topic of Dadish, let's right away look at Super Fowlst 2 that comes from the same developer and is also 80% off for only, once again, $1.99. Now visually this game might have a lot in common with the Dadish series, but gameplay-wise it is a totally different beast. This is a roguelite platformer where you basically can play in an infinite fashion. On top of it, you bounce around the stages with pinball-like mechanics, and trust me, yet again, don't be deceived by its visuals. This game is hours and hours of fun. Next, we have a game returning that's been off the list for quite a while with Cattails that is back to its lowest price at 80% off, once again $1.99. Now this is a game that I actually fully reviewed on the channel, but if I break it down, basically it is a 2D action platformer with a very original art style and a very out there storyline. The only thing about it is it has some floaty combo based mechanics that takes a little while to warm up to. But basically, if you want more information, you can check that review out. But if not, I'm telling you, at $2, if you're into action platformers, this one is definitely worth a look. Now next on the list, we have probably one of my all-time under $5 favorite platformers, which is Dogurai, that is back to 60% off, once again dropping the price to only $1.99. Now this is a retro Game Boy styled action platformer. It's also going to be coming with a warning, it is fairly difficult, so if you're not into difficult action platformers, I would say stay away from this one. But if not, with a really awesome, almost Mega Man-like style to its levels, this is an awesome game to be picking up. And on top of it, you're playing as a dog samurai. Not really sure I need to say any more, this game is a total steal at only $2. Now next on the list, we have another returning favorite with Ghoulboy that is back to 80% off for once again $1.99. Now this game is just one of the perfect examples of a retro-inspired 2D action platformer with some slight RPG elements thrown in. The only thing here, the game is not that long. It can be probably finished in about 2 to 3 hours. However, if you're a fan of retro platformers, when you pick it up for only $1.99, in my opinion, you are perfectly paying for what you're getting. Now next on the list, we have over-the-top tower defense that is also back to 75% off, once again still at that $1.99 price point. Now I'll be the first to admit that in the tower defense genre, it takes a lot to stand out from the crowd, but I really think that this game here has a perfect mix of over-the-top action and some really enticing gameplay that will keep you involved in the storyline. And over-the-top tower defense is, in my opinion, currently one of the best tower defense games you can get. If you're into the genre or if you wanted to try one out, well, at $2, I do think this one is worth the investment. So next on the list, we have our weekly mandatory shoot 'em up with Red Death that is back to 60% off for only $1.99. Now this is a true arcade-style top-down bullet hell shoot 'em up. It has some great red and white visuals and really some intense action. Fair warning once again, if you're not into a challenging situation, you're best maybe not picking up this one. On top of it, it offers an endless arcade mode, so this game is really worth a pickup for people into the genre for only $1.99. Now our first game out of the $1.99 price point will be Figment that is 88% off at its brand new low price of only $2.39, and this will also be my pick of the week for the under $5 list. Now Figment is a game that I will recommend every time it's on sale because it is a great top-down action-adventure puzzle game. Yes, I will very lightly compare it to a top-down Zelda game. It'll give you a general idea of the gameplay. But on top of it, it has a great storyline and some truly amazing visuals. At $2.39, this game should be an instant pickup. Now next on the list, we have another excellent entry, which is Takotan that is 60% off for only $2.79. Now if you're not into the intense bullet hell action of other shoot 'em ups, well, Takotan is an excellent alternative. The game, however, I will warn, is not all that long, with only a few levels that if you play with the 1000 lives mode, you'll be able to knock out in a couple of hours. However, when you get it at 60% off for $2.79, anyone looking for a laid-back shoot 'em up experience will definitely enjoy Takotan. Now next we have an entry that I think is very underrated on the Switch with Galak-Z The Void at 75% off for $3.74. Now this game is a roguelite space shooter with a very 80s anime feel to it, with almost Macross-like gameplay. If you are into either roguelites or you want just a really original space shooter experience, definitely give Galak-Z a chance, especially when you can get it on sale like today at only $3.74. I really think that this is an underrated Switch game. Now our next game on the list is going to be Moon Raider that is currently 55% off, dropping its price to $4.49. Now this is another game that I fully reviewed on the channel, and pretty much what I said about it was that it was a very solid 2D action platformer. However, the difficulty level was a little stale, meaning that it never got to a quite intense, challenging level. So if you're into 2D laid-back action platformers, definitely check out Moon Raider, especially now on sale, it becomes a really nice pickup. Now our first game at the $4.99 price point is going to be the Retro Classics Collection #1 from Data East that is currently 75% off. Now I like this collection so much that I even featured it in the regular eShop deal video on the weekend, but basically it's a great pickup of arcade versions of some great classic games like Bad Dudes, Joe and Mac, and Super Burger Time, just to mention a few. And as I said on the weekend, don't be fooled, these are not the free versions you get on the Switch Online service, these are the full arcade ports, and they're really worth playing through if you enjoyed the originals. Now next we have another returning game to the series with Skulls of the Shogun that is back to 75% off, a pickup at only $4.99. Now Skulls of the Shogun is a fast-paced turn-based strategy game, and it's a perfect game as an example to wait for a sale for, because at its full price of $20 I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. but when you can get it like today at 75% off for $4.99, if at least to play through the single player campaign, it is an excellent pickup for anyone into strategy gameplay. Now we're finally at our last game, but once again definitely not the least for this week, with Thumper that is 75% off for $4.99. Now this is another game that I even included on my weekend video because the deal on it is just that great. This is a rhythm-based violence game. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, this is one intense experience. It will have you rocketing down a small little corridor, taking tight turns, all the while trying to hit rhythm triggers. If you want a game that you'll almost feel like you had a workout when you drop the controller, Thumper is a great pickup for this week and a game that I would say everyone has to experience. So that was pretty much it for this week's under $5 eShop deals list. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the list and what games you might be picking up for this week. Also, I really need to take a couple of seconds to really thank the channel supporters. They really contribute to the channel's growth in a huge way. And lastly, on the way out, don't forget that if you did like the content, to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see all of you in my next video.